1997, Cinderella would change the face of fairy tales forever. Starring Brandy and Whitney Houston, the movie became an instant cultural phenomenon. Brandy made history as the first black actress to portray Cinderella on screen, while Whitney Houston served as both executive producer and the magical fairy godmother who made impossible things possible. From the singing sensation who became a princess to the comedy legends who played royalty, here's what happened to the stars who brought this enchanting story to life. Whitney Houston was already a global superstar when she executive produced and starred as the fairy godmother, bringing her legendary voice and radiant presence to the role. Born August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey, Houston came from music royalty. Her mother was gospel singer Cissy Houston, Dionne Warwick was her cousin, and Aretha Franklin was her godmother. By 1997, Houston had released multiple Diamond-certified albums, won 6 Grammys, and starred in hits like The Bodyguard and Waiting to Exhale. Cinderella was originally intended as Houston's starring vehicle, but when the project was delayed for several years, she felt she had outgrown the title role and offered it to Brandy instead, staying on as producer and taking the fairy godmother role. Her vision for a diverse, colorblind cast broke barriers and created a film that would resonate for generations. Houston's performance of Impossible showcased her incomparable vocal power, and her mentorship of Brandy created a bond that lasted until Houston's death. Tragically, Whitney Houston died on February 11, 2012, at age 48, found unresponsive in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. Her death was ruled an accident, caused by drowning with atherosclerotic heart disease and cocaine use as contributing factors. The music world mourned the loss of one of the greatest voices of all time, with tributes pouring in from around the globe. Her funeral featured performances by Stevie Wonder, Alicia Keys, and others, celebrating a legacy that included over 220 million records sold worldwide and countless broken barriers for black female artists. Even more tragically, her daughter Bobbi Kristina Brown died in 2015 under eerily similar circumstances. Houston's legacy lives on through her music, her films, and projects like Cinderella that showcased her generosity and vision. The 2022 biopic I Wanna Dance with Somebody, starring Naomi Ackie, celebrated her life and career. Brandy has spoken often about their final 3-hour conversation before Whitney's death, in which the icon encouraged Brandy to always remain true to herself. Whitney Houston's impact on Cinderella and on Brandy's life cannot be overstated. She was a real-life fairy godmother who made the impossible possible. Bernadette Peters brought a surprising depth to Cinderella's stepmother, making her more than a one-dimensional villain. Born February 28, 1948, in Queens, New York, Peters was already a Broadway legend, with 2 Tony Awards when she joined Cinderella. Her portrayal of the stepmother was both comedic and tragic, hinting at the character's own disappointments and insecurities. Peters had starred in Stephen Sondheim musicals including Sunday in the Park with George and Into the Woods, earning widespread acclaim for her distinctive voice and acting ability. Less than 2 years after Cinderella premiered, Peters won her 3rd Tony Award for playing Annie Oakley in the 1999 revival of Annie Get Your Gun, adding another trophy to her shelf. Throughout the 2000s and beyond, Peters has remained a theater icon, starring in productions including Gypsy, earning another Tony nomination, A Little Night Music, Follies, and Hello, Dolly. She has released numerous solo albums and concert performances, showcasing her legendary voice. On television, Peters has had memorable recurring roles on shows like Mozart in the Jungle, and has made frequent guest appearances across various series. She's also an accomplished author, writing children's books including the best-selling Broadway Barks series. Peters is a passionate animal rights activist, co-founding Broadway Barks, an annual dog and cat adoption event in New York City. Now 77 years old, Peters continues performing and remains one of Broadway's most beloved stars, with a career spanning over 6 decades and encompassing theater, film, television, and music. Before we continue our journey through the kingdom, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into your favorite classic films. Whoopi Goldberg brought warmth and wisdom to Queen Constantina, the prince's mother who wants the best for her son. Born November 13, 1955, in New York City as Corinna Lane Johnson, Goldberg was already one of Hollywood's most versatile performers when she joined Cinderella. Fresh off her role in Sister Act and its sequel, Goldberg had won an Academy Award for Ghost and was one of only 17 entertainers to achieve EGOT status, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. In Cinderella, her comedic timing and regal bearing made Queen Constantina memorable despite limited screen time. After Cinderella, Goldberg's career continued thriving across multiple platforms. She starred in films including Girl, Interrupted, and For Colored Girls, and provided voice work for numerous animated projects. In 2007, Goldberg joined The View as a co-host and moderator, a role she continues today, becoming one of television's most influential voices on current events and pop culture. She won a Daytime Emmy for The View and has used the platform to discuss important social issues. Goldberg has also continued her work on stage, appearing in productions including Sister Act the Musical. In 2001, she received the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor, recognizing her decades of comedy excellence. More recently, she appeared in the acclaimed film Till and continues her role on The View. Goldberg is known for her activism, particularly advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, women's rights, and racial equality. Now 70 years old, Whoopi Goldberg remains a cultural icon, Renaissance woman, and one of entertainment's most respected voices. Her portrayal of the Queen in Cinderella was just one of countless roles in a career defined by breaking barriers and refusing to be limited by anyone's expectations. Brandy Norwood, performing simply as Brandy, became the first black actress to play Cinderella in this historic 1997 production. Born February 12, 1980, in Macomb, Mississippi, Brandy was already a multi-platinum recording artist and star of the hit sitcom Moesha when Whitney Houston personally selected her for the role. At just 18 years old, Brandy brought a fresh vulnerability and strength to Cinderella, making the character relatable to a new generation. Her chemistry with Whitney Houston was magical, particularly in their duet Impossible/It's Possible, which remains one of the film's most memorable moments. After Cinderella, Brandy continued dominating both music and television. She released her second album, Never Say Never, in 1998, which went 5 times platinum and included the Grammy-winning duet The Boy Is Mine with Monica. The song became one of the longest-running #1 singles in Billboard history. In 2002 and 2004, she released Full Moon and Aphrodisiac, cementing her status as an R&B icon with over 40 million albums sold worldwide. Brandy made her Broadway debut in 2015 as Roxy Hart in Chicago, returning to the role in 2017, fulfilling a dream inspired by her Cinderella experience. She told Entertainment Tonight that her conversation with Whitney Houston before the singer's 2012 death changed her life, with Whitney making Brandy promise to always stay true to herself. In 2021, Brandy starred in the ABC musical Drama Queens alongside Eve and Naturi Naughton, playing a member of a 90s hip-hop group attempting a comeback, though the show was cancelled after one season in 2022. Most recently, Brandy reprised her role as Cinderella in the 2024 Disney Plus film Descendants, The Rise of Red, reuniting with Paulo Montalban and introducing her character to a new generation. She also appeared in Ariana Grande's 2024 The Boy Is Mine music video alongside Monica, and starred in the A24 psychological horror film The Front Room. Brandy believes Whitney Houston orchestrated her return to the Cinderella role from beyond, honoring the mentor who changed her life. Now 45 years old, Brandy continues recording music and acting, with 8 studio albums to her name and a legacy as one of R&B's most influential voices. She has won a Grammy, multiple American Music Awards, and remains the vocal Bible to her devoted fans. Paulo Montalban made his film debut as Prince Christopher, bringing charm and sincerity to the role with his dashing good looks and genuine warmth. Born in the Philippines on May 21, 1973, Montalban had actually made his Broadway debut the previous year in the 1996 revival of The King and I, playing Lun Tha. His chemistry with Brandy and Cinderella, particularly during the ballroom waltz to 10 Minutes Ago, became one of the film's highlights and turned him into an overnight sensation. After Cinderella, Montalban continued building an impressive stage career. He starred in the Public Theater's Two Gentlemen of Verona at the Delacorte Theater and played Manjiro in the 2005 Broadway staging of Pacific Overtures. In 2013, he performed opposite Emilia Clarke in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Montalban appeared in various regional theater productions at venues like Paper Mill Playhouse, Playwrights Horizons, and Transport Group. On television, he starred as the lead in the TV series Mortal Kombat: Conquest from 1998 to 1999. He's also appeared in numerous other TV shows and films, though he's remained primarily focused on theater, where his talents truly shine. In 2024, Montalban reunited with Brandy for Descendants, The Rise of Red, reprising his role as Prince Charming, formerly Prince Christopher, and playing father to their on-screen daughter Chloe. The reunion was emotional for both actors, with Montalban calling it surreal and mind-blowing to work with Brandy again after 27 years. He told The Wrap that returning to these characters felt like coming home. Now 52 years old, Montalban continues working in theater and has maintained a career built on talent rather than celebrity, staying true to his craft while occasionally revisiting the role that made him famous. Jason Alexander brought his signature comic energy to Lionel, the herald who announces the royal ball and provides much of the film's humor. Born September 23, 1959 in Newark, New Jersey, Alexander was at the height of his Seinfeld fame when he joined Cinderella, with the sitcom still airing its final seasons. His theatrical background, he'd won a Tony Award for Jerome Robbins' Broadway in 1989, made him perfect for the musical format. Alexander's performance as the enthusiastic, slightly bumbling Lionel provided comedic relief while showcasing his singing abilities. After Seinfeld ended in 1998, Alexander continued working prolifically in television, film, and theater. He starred in numerous TV shows including Listen Up, The New Adventures of Old Christine, and Young Sheldon. On stage, he appeared in productions of The Producers, The Elephant Man, Fish in the Dark, and A Christmas Carol. Alexander has also done extensive voice work, including an animated series like Duckman and Star Wars Rebels. He's directed multiple theater productions and television episodes, expanding his creative repertoire. Alexander continues making guest appearances on countless TV shows and remains a sought-after performer for award shows and special events. He's also known for his poker skills, competing in celebrity tournaments. Now 66 years old, Jason Alexander remains one of comedy's most recognizable faces, beloved for his versatility and willingness to embrace both dramatic and comedic roles. His work in Cinderella showcased a side of his talent that Seinfeld audiences hadn't seen, proving he was far more than just George Costanza. Victor Garber brought gentle humor to King Maximilian, the father desperately trying to see his son married. Born March 16, 1949 in Montreal, Canada, Garber was a respected stage and screen actor with multiple Tony nominations when he joined Cinderella. His portrayal of the king was both regal and relatable, creating a character who was loving despite his meddling ways. Garber had already starred in James Cameron's Titanic, released the same year as Cinderella, playing the ship's builder Thomas Andrews. After Cinderella, Garber's career reached new heights. He became known to a new generation through his role as Jack Bristow on the hit series Alias from 2001 to 2006, earning 4 Emmy nominations. He appeared in the DC television universe as Dr. Martin Stein/Firestorm in The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. Garber continued his acclaimed theater career with roles in numerous Broadway productions. He appeared in films including Argo, Milk, and Legally Blonde, and had recurring roles on shows including The Big Bang Theory, Glee, and Power. Garber married his longtime partner, model Rainer Andreessen, in 2015. He's known for his elegant performances and ability to bring depth to every role. Now 76 years old, Victor Garber remains one of the industry's most respected character actors, moving seamlessly between film, television, and stage. His role as King Maximilian in Cinderella was a small but memorable part of a career defined by excellence and versatility. Beyond Cox and Natalie Desselle-Reid played Cinderella's stepsisters Calliope and Minerva, bringing comedy and spite to their roles as the vain, jealous sisters. Cox, born in 1963, was a stage actress who brought theatrical flair to Calliope, the older stepsister. She continued working extensively in theater after Cinderella, appearing in numerous Broadway productions. Desselle-Reid, born September 12, 1967 in Alexandria, Louisiana, played the younger stepsister Minerva with memorable comic timing. After Cinderella, Desselle-Reid became known for her role in the 1996 film BAPS alongside Halle Berry and her starring role in the UPN sitcom Eve from 2003 to 2006. Tragically, Natalie Desselle-Reid died on December 7, 2020 at age 53 after a battle with colon cancer. Her death was mourned throughout the entertainment industry, with tributes from Halle Berry, Holly Robinson Peete, and many others celebrating her talent and spirit. She left behind her husband Leonard Reid and 3 children. Her legacy lives on through her memorable performances, including her hilarious turn as Minerva in Cinderella. Today, Cinderella remains a beloved classic, with Brandy and Paulo Montalban even reprising their roles for Descendants, proving that some magic never fades. Who was your favorite character in Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our other Where Are They Now videos.